Hey everybody, welcome back to Motorfiles. It's episode 4. Today we've got something really special planned. We're going to do a tale of two GSs and do some walkarounds and do a quick fix, maybe not so quick, on my coveted 1999 F650GS. I'm going to start off by talking about these two wonderful bikes I have behind me here in a second, and then we'll go into what's broken on my 99 F650 and then what we're going to do to fix it. Stay tuned. First up, we've got my 99 F650 Funduro, the F650GS. It is the last year of the Classic, so it is a 652cc single cylinder from Rotax. It is twin spark, twin carb, twin header. This was made in conjunction with the Aprilia Pegaso. This is the BMW equivalent. Really cool bikes. I really enjoy them. Quite a few modifications on this bike, so I'll start in the front and work my way back. First up, I've got an MRA windscreen. It is the sport tinted version, so it does help with some buffeting, keeps the wind off your chest, but doesn't get in the way too much. I've got an Aturbi's Aeroflow headlight guard, came with the bike, a LED bulb behind it, so definitely have some better lighting. Down here I've got some wave rotors. I forgot the name of the brand. With some EBC pads, so you get better brake cooling, better stopping power, and they look cool. Then up front here, I've got some highway pegs I can deploy if I'm doing long distance. Got some spotlights / auxiliary lights off a Triumph Tiger I got from a friend, with some Amazon mounts to tie them into these crash bars right here. I've got a skid plate as well, helps with road debris and rocks when you're going off-road. I've got a radiator guard right here to keep the rocks out of the radiator. Definitely recommend that. Up front, I've got Pro Taper handlebars with bar risers to help with standing. I've got Oxford heated grips, full LED dash, which I'll have a video coming out shortly on how to do that. I've got some other bulbs to do right here. I've got a RAM mount for my phone for long distance touring. These are some amazing mirrors. I highly recommend them. They're from an up and coming aftermarket parts company called Dope Mirrors. They make them for multiple different types of bikes. You just send them your info and they send you the mounts to mount these. These are nice because if you drop it off-road, they fold in and they're fully adjustable metal housings as well. I've also got some Aturbi's handlebar guards just to keep the wind off your hands, and also there's a metal bar right here, so if you do drop it, it protects your hands. This bike is oil and frame dry sump, so your oil tank is actually right here in the frame. This is a oil temp gauge, so it'll tell you how hot your oil temperatures are getting. This is from Thumper Stuff. I'm not sure if they're in business anymore, but definitely a cool mod to have. It came with the bike. Back here, I've got a Corbin seat with gel inserts for long distance, and just upgrade the ergonomics and comfort while I'm riding. I've got a gold 520 DID chain. Highly recommend DID to upgrade your chain. Definitely lasts a lot longer. I do have to maintain it, but every bike that's chain drive, you got to maintain it. Over here in the control area, I've got some upgraded foot pegs, not designed for this bike, but I adapted them for it. More on that later. Right now they're in a fixed position, so I will have to trim them down and add some springs so they can fold in. I've got a dual control riser for a Honda CRF 300. Made that work for this bike. I've got some Gibby mono key luggage set up on this bike. I've got a Traffic top case, and then I also have Traffic side cases for it. I don't have the side cases on right now, but you can also mount regular adventure bags, and I may do that in an upcoming video. Side note, this is a awesome Variant Beauty right here. This is my dad's 2004 1150 GS Adventure. This is the coveted long way round spec GS. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman did a partnership with BMW and took these bikes around the world. So this is one of probably the coolest modern era boxers that's out there right now. This one has definitely been off-road, as you can see right here. If you have one of these and you have a spare tank, send me a message. We need a new one. So we're going to get to this bike as well, but it's got some basic modifications. For the era, it's got a Lee Bailey's windscreen, pretty tall, headlight guard. It's got some aftermarket lights right here. Crash bar system, I believe that's factory. It's got a Tortec extended side stand platform so it doesn't sink in the rocks. Olin's rear suspension, I believe that's part of the adventure package. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It's got some pivot pegs right here, so kind of help with the transition from sitting down to standing up. Everything else is pretty much factory on this bike. It does have a Sargent seat, which is a must. Ram mounts, of course. And that's pretty much it from what I can remember on this bike. Definitely going to feature this bike in some future videos. Really cool machine and not something you see every day. All right, let's get to fixing my F650. I do have an issue last winter when I was riding. I got into a little accident and the mount for this top case is no longer really connected to the back of the bike. So today we're going to get into how I'm going to fix that and pull the rear section apart. So let's get this thing in the garage, get it torn down, and I'll show you how we're gonna fix it. Got the bike here in the shop, got it on the center stand. I'm gonna start by taking the top case off, the rear rack, and then all these plastic pieces. And then we'll go and I'll show you what's going on with the mount for this rear top case and why it's moving up and down when I hit some bumps. With the rear section removed, you can now see the rear subframe of the bike. This is the mount for the rear tail rack that comes up here to where the adapter plate and then the Givy plate mount. You can see some JB weld that I've attached right here. This was like a cheap trailside fix. Obviously it's not holding very well because it's just flaking off for this adapter plate for the rear rack to mount. So it's not connected. Got into a bit of an accident and then the tabs just broke off right here. I'm going to disconnect the CDI box, disconnect the tail light, move all this out of the way, and then I'm going to try to hopefully drop down this rear piece of plastic. We are going to clean up all the JB weld off these mount points, clean up the JB weld off this little tail plate here, and then get the welder out and tack the areas that it snapped off. Hopefully try to keep it as level as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to tack the plate back on, reattach it, hopefully much stronger than it was before. Reassemble the bike, and then we'll see how it goes. Well, I got a little dirty, but that was a success. So I got the top bracket cleaned up on the mounting points where we're going to reattach it. All of these mounting points right here on the rear subframe are cleaned up. The bracket itself is a little tweaked, I think just from riding off-road and being under tension with the top case mounted and banging around and stuff. But what we'll do is we'll go through, we'll tack it and try to make it as level as possible, weld it out, clean off the welds a bit, and then we'll throw some paint on there. Update, have the new rack bracket, so I'm going to call it, welded on, finished out as you saw me with the flap disc earlier. We have some primer on here just to kind of protect the welds so we don't get any rust. Then we're going to let this dry and then hit it with some hammered textured spray paint so it'll kind of match the silver right here. And we're back. Everything's dry. I would say that the top case bracket got it pretty flush and welded on. Very happy with the results. It's pretty close to the powder coated frame. and it's going to live under these plastic pieces anyway. It's still a little wet, but it's dry enough to the touch that I can bolt all the parts back on. Let's get this all put together, and then I'll check in here shortly. That's a wrap on this project. Sorry, I'm a little dirty. I was having a little too much fun there with the angle grinder with the flap disc. I'll show you real quick. I have this top case mounted, super secure. It's not going anywhere. I would call that a success. Go find you an old car, an old bike, fix it up, build it, don't buy it. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you next time. Motorfiles out. One last thing before I forget, Julia reminded me, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do it. Do it.